Have you recently lost a project to someone who was 20% cheaper than you and thought to yourself, I need to lower my prices to survive? Today I'll show you how we beat cheaper competition without entering a price war. And if you don't know me yet, hi, I'm Rafa from Wall Printers. I've been running a service business for 3 years. We started by doing wall prints for clients, and now we also help other entrepreneurs enter this industry. On this channel, I share what we've learned through trial and error about running a business and educate about the wall printing industry. Most entrepreneurs live with the belief that customers always choose the cheapest option. That's not true. Research shows that only about 20% of customers make decisions based solely on price. The vast majority consider other factors as well. But why might you still be losing to cheaper competitors? Because you're competing in the wrong category. Imagine this situation. A client is looking for a renovation contractor. They receive 5 quotes. All sound the same. We've been doing renovations for 15 years. We guarantee high quality, competitive prices. The only difference? Price. So the client chooses the cheapest one. But what if instead of fighting on the same field, you simply change the rules of the game? Instead of competing with what everyone else offers, you add an element that no one else provides. For example, one company responds within half an hour, asks specific questions about needs, while the rest reply after 2 days with a standard template. Suddenly, you and your competitor are playing a completely different game, and price stops being the most important factor. What is the economics of trust? You need to understand this to beat cheaper competition, and I'll explain it here best I can. The client isn't buying a product or service, they're buying a solution to a problem and certainty that this problem will be solved. The greater the certainty, the more they're willing to pay. Here's an example from our field. Wall printing in an office before an important presentation to management. The client has 2 offers. Company A, €100 per square meter, responds after 3 days and say, we'll do our best. Company B, €200 per square meter, responds within an hour, asks about the presentation date, shows similar projects, guarantees the deadline, and additionally offers the possibility of creating a personalized graphic design. Which one wins? The more expensive one. Because the client is buying certainty that by the time of the presentation, their office will look perfect and everything will go according to plan. This isn't manipulation. It's understanding that in B2B business, the client often risks more than just the cost of the service. They risk their reputation, deadlines, peace of mind. What's your role in this? Minimize that risk, and clients are willing to pay premium rates for that. How do you practically build advantage and trust through customer service? Let me show you a system we call VALUE that always works. V stands for velocity of response. First rule, be the first to respond. Not the best, not the cheapest. First. Why? Because first impressions decide which category the client perceives you in. Quick response equals professionalism, engagement, reliability. Slow response means probably has a lot of work, doesn't take me seriously, or if they respond slowly now, the project will definitely drag on too. A is for ask questions. Instead of immediately giving a price, ask questions. Show that you understand the client's situation. The worst response to first contact from a client is dryly providing information. For example, printing costs $250 per square meter. A good response might sound more like this. I see this is an urgent project. Tell me more about the space and the effect you want to achieve. This way you open the conversation instead of closing it. L stands for long-term support. Show that the client won't be left alone during the process and after the project is completed. Describe each step of the process, ongoing support and guarantees. In the case of wall printing, it's very important to explain how to care for the print. Basically, just show how to clean it if it gets dirty. It's a simple thing to convey, but the client feels taken care of because of it. U is for uniqueness. Don't do what everyone else does. Find one element that sets you apart. For example, you can send photos from similar projects and ask, which direction would you like to go? That's only one suggestion, but it's worth thinking very carefully about what can set you apart in your market, in your industry. In the case of wall printing, there are several such elements. And we talked about this in detail in our online course, How to Make Money with Wall Printing, which is available to every member of our wall printer community. E stands for Explain Everything. Be honest about deadlines, costs, limitations. The client will appreciate it. For example, a realistic deadline is 5 days. If timing is very important to you, I can change my plan for this week and complete the print within 3 days, but due to logistical changes, the price will be 20% higher. We use this value system in our own wall printing business, Wall Tattoo, and now also as wall printers, helping other entrepreneurs enter the wall printing industry. I can guarantee you that nothing works better for building client relationships than simply taking a human approach and understanding the other person's perspective. Now let's get back to the topic of competition. Your competition, or at least most of it, almost certainly makes very predictable mistakes. Use this to your advantage. The first step I recommend is market research. Try to go through your competition's sales process or ask someone close to you to do it for you. See what happens at each stage and carefully analyze how each company operates. Here are the 4 most common mistakes we see in companies providing various types of services. Mistake number 1. Standard responses. Many companies just send templates. You can write personalized messages and make your client feel they're heard and treated individually. Mistake number 2, focusing on themselves. They write, "We are the best," and talk about themselves. How to do it better? Ask, what's most important to you, and focus on the client. Mistake number 3, lack of follow-up. Very often, service providers send a quote and wait. What can you do instead? For example, the next day you can call the client and ask, did you have time to review it? Do you have any questions? Mistake number 4, competing on price. Let me show it to you with this example from the renovation industry. Instead of lowering the price for painting, a smart business owner might offer free color consultation, thanks to which the client will make sure that the color of their furniture will definitely match the walls and lighting. Cost to you? Minimal. Value to the client? Enormous. All right, but how do you implement all this in your business in practice? I won't leave you without concrete tips. Here's how to improve customer service in 5 simple steps. Step 1, map contact points. Where does the client first encounter your company? Phone, email, social media, website. This is also a moment to identify bottlenecks and think about how you can improve your processes. Step 2, prepare an empathy map. For each channel, create a list of questions. What does this client feel? What are they afraid of? What's most important to them? Step 3, define your service advantage. What can you do better than the competition? Faster response? Better consulting? More guarantees? Step 4, test and measure. Ask clients, why did you choose our company? Note the answers. Strengthen what works. Step 5, educate your team. If you have employees, teach them this system. One poorly served client can destroy your reputation. Remember, in the internet age, every client can leave a review. One bad review can cost you 10 new clients. Everything I've said here comes down to one conclusion. You don't have to be the cheapest to win. You have to be the most trustworthy. And trust is built through quick response, understanding the client's problem, unique approach, support system, and transparency. In the wall printing business, over the years we've developed a system that allows us to beat competition, not with price, but with value. From first contact with the client, through execution, to long-term relationships. If you're thinking about entering an innovative industry that combines technology with high margins, check out how we can help you enter this industry. Go to our website, linked in bio, and fill out the contact form. You'll receive a detailed offer and learn how we comprehensively support entrepreneurs in building profitable businesses. And remember, the client doesn't always choose the cheapest option, but they always choose the one they trust most. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.